Hello everyone, it is I, Republic Suds, and today I bought the CAD BANE'S Justifier. Now this set comes out in August 2022, comes with 1,022 pieces, retails for 170 United States dollars. Also it is at 75323, comes with 5 figures, and is quite an interesting set based off of the show Star Wars The Bad Batch. Now this is based off the first season of that show, and in today's video we are going to be giving you a full review, analysis, time-lapse, and everything else, so stay tuned. With that said, hit that subscribe button, and we're going to start off taking a look at the box and working our way around this pretty awesome Lego Star Wars set. Now, here is the box art, and again, this is a huge box. You are getting the Bad Batch in the corner, much similar to the one in the Bad Batch shuttle, which we had seen in the past. We have our figures there. This was supposedly a planet called Bora Vio, some sort of gas planet or something. Obviously, you get all your piece counts, your age numbers, and everything else up there. It is obviously a gigantic set, and I really like the way they coordinated this back art. You flip it around, of course, you are on this Kaminoan style platform. Honestly, biggest missing out, just saying, like, just looking at this, why didn't they include Taun Wei? She came in his set already this wave. They literally could have just put her in a second set, and everyone would have been happy with it. But they didn't, so that was unfortunate. But either way, it's a very cool box art. You get to look at all the features, all the neat stuff, very cool back art overall. And of course, we continue the trend of the side box art, my favorite thing ever. Now, with that said, let's take a look at the instructions. Now, here are the instructions continuing to suck. I do not like this design with the digital and this whole white thing. And then they tell you to get excited about our packaging, which I am not excited. You do have this little bar in the center again. You have Hunter as the main guy. Honestly, it probably would have been cooler if it was Toto. I know, I'm biased. Then you have the back. You have advertisements for a lot of the sets, which we will have reviews up for all of them on the channel. And then we also, of course, have a great look at the legendary ATTE with that Phase 2 Cody making this wave so much better. And with that said, we are going to start to take a look at the set and minifigures. But first, if you would like to sit through a hyperlapse, if you want to watch the hyperlapse video, we will be having that playing, or if not, you could skip. We have the timestamps down below. With that said, let's get into it. Now, the first minifigure we have up in this set is what I believe to be the most essential, and this is Omega. Now, we have not gotten an Omega before the set. She is a main character in the Bad Batch. First, she obviously does come with her handcuffs, which are very neat and dandy, but we also, of course, get loads of other stuff. Now, with this, we got the arm printing, which is obviously very nice. You get a good feel just for the character of Omega. They really used the perfect hairpiece. I believe that is Harry Potter's hair in the, I guess, more tannish blonde color. We also have her face, and overall, it is just a nice, solid minifigure for a main Bad Batch member. It's just unfortunate that she has such a high paywall to get this main character. Hopefully, she comes in a cheaper set. Overall, still a very solid minifigure. Coming with Omega is Hunter, the Bad Batch member, the only actual one to appear in the set, that, you know, the clone. First off, obviously, he does not come with the new whole helmet. He does, however, you know, come with this helmet, which is nice. He does have the same problem I remember with the last Hunter. If you look on his head, there is a bit of a problem with this, like, weird fade thing around his headband bandana thing, but it still comes with that very neat skull, which is very cool if you'd see that. He also comes with, obviously, an angry face. This hair comes up printed on it back. And he also obviously comes with leg printing and everything in between. And then if you want to see him with his helmet, of course, you can do that as well. Very cool minifigure. I think he goes really, really well together with Omega. I really am excited that we now have the whole batch officially in Lego. Now let's take a look at the next figure. Now here is Fennec Shand, and she is very cool overall. Again, very exact same one that we have gotten in the past. Obviously, a lot of the same printing, except this one comes with both the helmet and the hair. So Lego certainly listened to a lot of, I guess, criticisms about the Palace one where you only got the hair, or the, you know, Imperial Light Cruiser where you only got the helmet. So overall, it's very nice to get Ming-Na Wen yet again in Lego. I think, you know, while she probably wasn't the most anticipated character to be in this set, that could have been in it, I still think she was a very helpful and neat inclusion. She does come with a little carrying case that holds the credits, which were all eventually lost in the planet that is made of gas. And overall, it's, again, just a nice minifigure with the arm printing and all. Now, let's take a look at the headliners for this set. Here we have Toto 360, who looks like he's ready to grill some meats. He's very, very exciting. I like this guy a lot. Now, first off, he is just a one-piece mold. He fits on any stud, any hand, that sort of thing. He's very small, doesn't have any functionality, so he can't, like, grab the briefcase or anything. He does come with a nice print, especially for a small mold. And the back of him is a lot of emptiness, which I can't say I'm a big fan of. And then you'll, again, of course, get the stud. Just overall a neat figure, about size on point. You know, they did a pretty good job with the size, I'll be 100% honest. Now let's take a look at the headliner for the Justifier, CAD Bane. Ladies and gentlemen, the bounty hunter of the Wild Wild West, CAD Bane. This minifigure is nuts. We've not gotten a CAD Bane in a very long time. It's been close to 10 years. So this is a very exciting inclusion, obviously also with his appearance in the Book of Boba Fett. This is a great time to get this legendary character. First off, he has his brand spanking new outfit, which looks just amazing. I think they nailed it really all around. They did a really good job. You also do, of course, get that new mold around his head. You get a new hat for the legendary bounty hunter, and if you want to take off his head, you can see some of the extra printing there, which is very neat. You also, of course, again, get his breathing apparatus, and it is overall a great minifigure. My only real gripe I'd have with this, honestly, I wish they gave him a bit of a better pistol. I know it's totally random, but I don't know. I'm not totally keen on him using these pistols. I feel like he'd use more of a bounty hunter pistol, and I know he's used them in the past, but I feel like it could have been a great time for an upgrade. Overall, when you put them all together with his buddy Toto, they are a great pair. Literally, to make this set, like, infinitely better, they could have just thrown in this minifigure right here. It would have felt like a much more full figure selection. I would have liked it a lot more. You also could have possibly thrown in one of Crosshair's troopers. It would have made sense, honestly, to have one of those gray troopers, because we haven't gotten them yet, and they were in relatively similar scenes. Cad Bane shot up a bunch of them, so that could have worked, and overall, it feels like they're lacking a little bit. It's a very small selection for a, again, $170 set. Now here is the set is, ladies and gentlemen, and just for comparison for how big it is, there is one minifigure. Alright, with that being said, we are going to start by taking a look at the front and working our way back, taking a look at every detail in this set, as well as, you know, giving some of my commentary and thoughts on it and showing you all the cool features. Let's go. So first up, here we have the opening cockpit, and right off the bat, I have a minor problem. Stickers, yes, that should not have been stickers. That should have been a print. The way you're going to want to do this is just take off this top part, and then like that, you have the opening of this set. You also obviously do have stickers up there, just some greebling. It's very basic stuff, nothing in particular special. Again, just not a sticker fan. They really could have gotten a little more creative with that. Now, this cockpit is great. First off, you do notice there are clips, and they can support CAD Bane's little pistols, but it is very, very difficult to get them to clip in to the set. And of course, you do have an area to sit down CAD Bane himself in this very nice chair piece. They did a really good job with that as well. You just sit him down, he controls. You could have his seat adjust a little bit so he can sit upright. Also, back here, of course, there is a little area for some grenades and a lightsaber piece. I don't know whose lightsaber that may be. However, they do float around a lot in the set, and I don't like that a whole lot. Now, with Omega, there is actually a little ray shield area, so you could take out, say, the ray shield right here. There is a tiny area. It is very difficult. You're only fitting Omega in there, basically. You can actually probably fit Toto in here. We're going to try to do that. There he goes. He can taunt her or whatever. And there's an area. They made it very easy to put this piece back in. It is not, like, stuck in there. But that is pretty much the extent of the interior in this set. It's kind of nuts. And then to close that back up, you will take this piece, which has, again, lots of stickers and some minor greebling on it, and you're going to just put it on. It sits nice and dandy. It's not exactly clipped in because it's, again, really easy to pull out, but it is still works and stays on very nicely. Now, moving over to the sides, we have probably one of the least structurally stable parts of this set, and these are the way they do the underside of this particular piece. It comes out very easily. It is held on by a basic clip, and this is just like feels like a very classic design for a Lego set, honestly. Like, I haven't seen stuff like this in a while. It just feels like old 2008. They didn't highly engineer it like they have more recently. It certainly is more simplistic. You also do, again, get a very simplistic design out here with the, spring-loaded shooters. They don't really try to cover it up much. It's just kind of there. You have some of these pieces, which are nice. They're not supposed to move that way because that doesn't make sense. You just spring them off. They do their job. If you don't want them there because you think they look ugly, you just fire them off and not use them. And I think the ship still has the same effect for the most part. Now let's take a look under the panels on top of these things. Now, I find this kind of funny because they feel like they could have put a lot more here, but you open up the panel and there's a whopping one area to put a clip for the spring-loaded shooters. And they do that not only on this side. You think, oh, maybe they'll do something different here. No, it's the exact same thing. You see a lot of the Technic that goes on around here, and I'm going to try and showcase that the best I can. But first, I do want to showcase a little bit more of the details. So back here, you actually have this on each side. It is pretty much exactly the same. You just have some greebling that showcases a lot of the detail on the ship, engines, whatever that may be. I think they do a really good job with it. And if we're going to take a look at the underside, there is not much going on under here. Other than this and the landing gears, which we'll talk about, this right here is actually a little storage bay area. It could be the entrance where CAD Bane came out to shoot, Hunter, but it might not be. I'm not entirely sure. Either way, in the back, we do have some variety of things. You first off have a stack of credits, which look to be Imperial, which are very cool. You also, it looks like, honestly, this looks like a Caliquari. I do not know why. It is some sort of golden statue. If anyone knows what it is, please tell me. You also do have this little green crate of sorts. And this basically loads in the back. You can, I guess, technically fit figures there, but it's not going to be very comfortable. But they do load in there. It's just a nice additional part to the set. So either way, here is the vehicle, and this is the main feature. So basically, you have this giant hammer-style thing, and while it does not, like, adjust when you lift it, it can stay like this when you lift it up, you need to actually adjust it yourself. So you essentially do this, and it transforms a lot of things into landing gear. You'll see on the bottom, they become much more functional, and they go up. And you also do have loads of other things, like this giant hammer piece, which now that this is lifted up and it makes the set actually look really good, I want to take a look at. Now, this is an illegal building technique. And the reason this is illegal is because these pieces had to be slid in on weird cracks. This is illegal. This is nuts. And basically, that is no bueno. That is not allowed. I can't believe the designers actually did that. It's be 100% honest. Moving back, you do have the engines here, however, which, you know, on top of the ones behind the turrets. These also are obviously great because, you know, how does it really fly when it's, like, laying down like it was before? There also are some, like, side panels, obviously, to help, you know, structure it. But it's, again, yet another gray ship. It has lots of gray panels and just black. It's just really kind of interesting that we've gotten such a generic ship, what I believe, from a pretty, you know, cool show. Then you could actually see the transformation. I am putting the things down, and you actually see the little gears move as I bring it up and down. That is just basically how the set works. Now, with that said, we are going to be taking a full thought and analysis section of the video so you can actually hear what I think about the set and if it is worth the $170 price. This is a set that will go down in history as a classic. It is going to be fondly remembered. It is one of those just classic, more random Clone Wars style sets. It's just bulky. It's not an iconic vehicle. It's nothing like ridiculous, insane from Star Wars. It comes with a few cool characters like CAD, Bane, and Toto, who we have not gotten in Star Wars Lego in a long time. We haven't gotten Toto at all. You also are getting a Bad Batch main cast member in the form of Omega, which we had not gotten previously, and you're also getting Hunter and Fennec, which are nice too. Now, as for the price, a lot of people think it's very expensive. I think it is about on par for what the pricing is, the new pricing for Lego. I think it is about right. The only, ironically, complaint I have with this is something I haven't seen people talk about much. There's this giant gap right here, and I get why they have to have it, because when you do this, you know, you need to have room for, like, these features, but there's still a giant gap there, and I feel like that is a bit of a problem. But overall, it is a really neat set. Now, one criticism I am going to see levied against this a lot is where is the interior? And believe me, I am the biggest advocate for LEGO Star Wars sets having interiors, of which many of them nowadays have very, very limited interiors, and this one is no exception. This is the extent of this giant $100.70 set interior. It is not big at all. At most, there is room for maybe 4 people to stand in here, which is about the amount of figures that do come in this set, which is very true. And so that is a major problem. There is, of course, that little back area with the special cargo, but that really can't fit figures. And it's just kind of one of the more disappointing acts of modern LEGO Star Wars. You get some dumb stuff like this, the way they hide the Technic, and it feels certainly like an older set. I don't know why, I just get this aspect. It feels much like a 2008 style LEGO Star Wars set. And that's just something I feel. I don't know how to exactly describe it. It feels like one of those Venators or like something like that. It's just really, it doesn't feel new in particular, even though it is obviously based off a very new ship from a show that, in my predictions video for the Bad Batch, I never even propositioned this because I thought it was so obscure and it did not show up nearly at all. And it would have made next to no sense for them to actually do a LEGO set, but they did. So I am thankful to LEGO for doing this set, which I honestly would never have guessed they would have done, and they did it. So thank you, LEGO. Overall, if you are interested in the set, again, I strongly recommend you purchase it. Obviously, it's going to have stocking issues, but I will leave links down below so you can check back on those whenever you want them. I will see you all in the next one. Remember to peace out and stay awesome. Wait. I can't believe you guys were just about to click off this video without liking it. What's the deal? Why did you do that? Don't do that. Click that like button. I'm still waiting. Okay, you can go now.